It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got some more Harry Mack. It's called Plan in Motion. This man has been going off with the songs. I absolutely love the freestyles. Obviously, we're going to continue to check them out. We just did the Gorilla Bars reaction. If anybody hasn't seen it, that is up on my channel. But the music that he's been dropping, it's been incredible. Like, this man's ability to play with the rhythm because of his drumming background and his vocabulary from his freestyling background and all this stuff, it's coming together to make really amazing music. The pockets that he raps in, the shit that he says, his ability to really like kind of just like paint a picture for you because again, the vocab is so strong. It's ridiculous to me. It's absolutely, it's just listen, stop playing with this man. That's what I always say, right? Stop playing with this man. That's all I got for you. So let's get into this. Plan in Motion. Let's see what my man's doing with this one.
Keep the plan in motion, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Keep it going, we gon' keep the plan in motion. Yeah, we keep it going, we gon' keep the plan in motion.
So like rap is within hip hop, right? Like hip hop is the culture, but there's certain songs that I feel like you could say like it encompasses hip hop. Like it's got that hip hop feel more so than just rap, if that makes sense. It may not, I have no idea. To me, it makes sense. This is more of like a hip hop track. Right? Like this is like it's got that in it. I like this. Okay, this is interesting so far.
Keep it going, we gon' keep the plan in motion. Yeah, we keep it going, we gon' keep the plan in motion. On goals we gotta close in. This world is cold and frozen.
Facts.
Hey. Yeah, I said I keep the plan in motion. On goals we got to close in. We're holding. This mic is my raw soul I'm exposing. I open my chest up. That's what's bringing the best up. Humility, I fess up to mistakes when I mess up. So bless up. This is spiritual endeavor. Gravitational bars, my lyrics will pull whoever. Hear them nearer to clear the fear from out of their system. We working toward a brighter future that we proudly envision. One when the wars are waged, no bombs are found. Despite the differences, we seek to find a common ground. Seems simple, but honestly, it's beyond profound. Peace, love, and acceptance, that be the mantra now. See, that's the larger vision. First, I got to turn it inward. Uprooting the evil within me where I begin first. Far from perfect, my ego wants to deny this. I sit in silence, facing every defect and bias just to keep the plan in motion.
Okay, I like what he said there. I want to get behind that message. I'm just going to be completely honest with you, and I'm not trying to be a negative person, but I don't feel like we're ever going to reach a point as people where there's not war. I really don't. Because no matter how good things get with technology, no matter how much we make it so like we all have what we need, we're always going to want more. At least some people, right? Like there's a lot of us that are cool, but we're just like, yo, we just chilling. Like this is enough for me, right? But it's like, I just feel like there's always going to be those people that are going to find a little bit of power and they're going to just go overboard with it. They're going to want more. They're going to want more. You know, like, and not only that, but just the differences between people. There's always going to be a little bit of like issue between races. There's always going to be some issue just between people. Like it just seems like it's one of those unfortunate things that we're not going to beat because it's like it's innate to us, right? And I hate to say that, and I like to think that we can evolve past it. And there are really great examples of people out there that aren't like that, but at the same time, they're not really in the position to like, you know what I'm saying? Like you'd probably see it if they were in a position where every decision they made was more upfront in front of everybody type of thing, like it is when it comes to like, you know, the countries and the leaders. And you know, I'm not saying that, you know, everybody's as bad as some of those are because some of the leaders and shit like that are horrible, but I just find it hard to believe that we're ever going to be able to go without war, without, you know, it's sad. It's sad, but I truly do feel that way. And I hope that changes. I hope I'm wrong. And one day we figure out a way to get past it. But then he also said, uprooting the evil within me. And he said that he needed to start there first. And I completely agree with that. Like, this is my mentality when it comes to all sorts of things, whether it's like, you wanting to change the things around you and the people around you to an extent, or like, you know, what you accept, what you don't, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, if there's something really toxic going on, separate yourself immediately. But what you need to do is you need to change within, right? Before you could try to force somebody else to change and to be the way that you think they should be, or try to lead them in the right direction. It's not even, you know, a negative thing. Like you're just trying to change it, because that could be negative, right? Someone trying to change somebody for the wrong reasons. But like you see someone, then you feel like you could help them. I feel like you need to change within first, right? Like set the example. And I feel like that comes from within before anything else. So I like that he said that. And you could even take this as far as when it comes to like different cultures, right? Like and I'm going to speak on this just as a black person, like black culture. There are a lot of beautiful things about it, but there are some negative things about it. And I'm open to admitting that and having that kind of discussion. And I feel like as much as we want things to change on the outside, and I feel like they have quite a bit, right? Like it's not as crazy as it used to be. People like to think that all the cops are against black people. It's not true. I've met a lot of really cool cops that I've got along with great, who have treated me better than the person next to me who is white, right? So it's like you can't just blame everybody and say they're all horrible and like label everyone, because that's exactly what we say we're trying to avoid. We don't want to be labeled all the same because you came across a few bad black people, right? Who did some shit that you didn't like or something. So it's like we got to change things on the outside as well. We do. There are certain things that still are a little bit shaky here and there. I won't say that there aren't, but I also feel like we could change things within. As far as like within our culture, we could change shit. So I look at that line as the same as I would do myself. I would change myself before I try to push that on anybody else, because I'd want to set the example while I'm also telling you the benefits of changing and trying to better your life. I feel like we could do that as a culture where we can try to clean up some of the shit that does happen, some of the gang activity, some of these different things. And I feel like we say that we're judged and people look at us a certain way. Well, it's like, okay, let's change within first. That's like me being a shitty person. And I'm like, yo, I'm being blamed for being a shitty person. And it's messed up that they're blamed, that they're labeling me as this shitty person. I'm not always a shitty person, or I'm not a shitty person. Like I look at it that way. I don't know. Maybe people think I'm crazy. Maybe nobody really agrees with me, but I think like we can do things within our culture, within our communities that can, try to fix some of these situations. And then if someone does try to point the finger, we can say, look at this. We cleaned this. This shit ain't like it was before 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Shit's changed quite a bit. So what exactly are you talking right now? Then we have the power to move forward and make those changes that we want to on the outside, the external changes. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Long TED talk here for you guys, but sometimes lyrics make me think of shit, and I feel like I just got to speak on it a little bit.
Yeah. Keep it going, we gon' keep the plan in motion. Yeah. Keep it going, we gon' keep the plan in motion. On goals we got it closing. This world is cold and frozen, but we gon', yeah, come on. I said, speaking on my process, revealing this is key. Channel the emotions that are building within me. Fear ever present, but I won't let it derail me. Nah, I use it as fuel, I'ma let it propel me.
I like that as well. Don't let the fear hold you back. Use it as fuel to propel you, because it's like, what was it before? Will Smith said it. And Will Smith, I mean, listen, I like a lot of his positive speeches, but I feel like this man put himself in a spot with Jada. He's got some shit he got to work on himself now when it comes to all that. But he said before that, like, I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something like he's not going to let fear propel him. Or not, never mind. I'm looking at the word propel. He's not going to let fear control him. Basically he's saying, if I'm scared of something, I'm going to force myself to do it, because I'm not going to let that fear hold me back to control me. Basically, it's almost like I'm going to make it work for me. One of the things that I heard before from the homie John Jones, who does MMA fights, for anybody that does not know, and he may not have came up with this, but it's something that I've heard him say, and that was the first place I heard it, was he said, I get butterflies before I go out and fight, right? Like I get nervous. I have a fear of going out because I'm going to fight somebody, right? Like you never know what can happen, especially as you build up this career and you don't want to lose. But he said he's learned to make the butterflies fly in formation. And I thought that was such a dope way of putting it, right? Like I get the butterflies, I get the nervousness, the fear, but I make it fly in formation. I make it work for me. Like I craft it, right? Like I take control of it. And then I utilize it to go out there and do what I do. Like, I think that that's a great way of looking at it. And I think that that's pretty much what he's saying, just in different words.
On my process, revealing this is key. Channel the emotions that are building within me. Fear ever present, but I won't let it derail me. Nah, I use it as fuel, I'ma let it propel me. Whatever I be scared of most, that's more than likely exactly where I need to go next to set my life free. Elevate to brand new heights, now I can sightsee. Watch the whole planet below, shining so brightly. I still got demons and dark clouds that's chasing me. Used to let them rule me and force me into complacency. Taking red and blue pills and cope with all the matrices. Wanted to be Neo, but damn, ain't got the agency.
Yo, I like, want to be Neo, but ain't got the agency. Yo, okay, I like this. Hold up. I like this.
Most, that's more than likely exactly where I need to go next to set my life free.
Whatever I'm scared of most, that's more than likely where I need to go next to set my life free. I like that. That's exactly what I'm saying. You got to just go push towards the fear. If there's a fear in making a video on YouTube and you want to try to do YouTube, just put on that damn camera and record something and put it out there. and just let it go. Just let it go. Just do it before you don't even think about it. Just do it.
Elevate to brand new heights, now I can sight see. Watch the whole planet below, shining so brightly. I still got demons and dark clouds that's chasing me. Used to let them rule me and force me into complacency.
That's another thing. The dark clouds and shit's chasing me, used to control me and form me to, I like this. Like Harry, I like these songs as well because he speaks on a lot of shit that I feel like is very relative in a lot of people's life. It's not just something that is relative to him and in his chase and his goals and stuff like that. It's something that we all can relate to just in our own ways with our own goals, our own things that we want to try to achieve, because fear and those dark clouds and the thing that, which is basically like the thoughts that you can't make it, or, depression, or just these different things that follow you and try to force you into a complacent, place in life, is something that everybody deals with on some level to an extent. Right. And I think that that's great. I also like this next bar about the taking the red and blue pills, because
taking red and blue pills to cope with all the matrices.
I like that as well, right? Like he's basically saying, everyone's like, yo, blue or red. And nowadays it's kind of looked at as like a political thing. Obviously there's the Matrix, which the movie, absolutely amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. But he's saying like, like there's the red pill community, the blue pill. He's like, listen, I'm just taking both, try to, it's basically saying I'm not really on either side, right? Like and I completely agree with that. It's more of like what makes sense, right? But so I'll take a little bit of both because there's some accurate shit on both sides.
Let them rule me.
I don't know if that's exactly what he's saying, but that's the way that I took it.
Force me into complacency, taking red and blue pills to cope with all the matrices. Wanted to be Neo, but damn, he got the agency. Hit rock bottom and yeah, I can't take this. Had to start peeling back all the layers of fakeness. Any obstacle in my path, trust I'ma break this. Life is in the palm of my hands, watch me reshape this. Makeshift, spaceship, crafted in the basement. About to take me so far away from the pavement to places where only stars and planets lie adjacent. And I'ma keep traveling on to their amazement. Hatred is so abrasive, so I replace it with positive engagement, giving the game a facelift. Everything good takes time, you gotta pace it. I time stretch, then weight train to exercise my patience. Yeah, gotta take it one step at a time. Raw thoughts and emotions I inject in my rhymes, carefully crafted, believe this ain't no reckless design. If you ever felt my passion, you'd expect me to shine. It's inevitable, I spit the cleverest flow, utilize the embedded talents forever bestowed. Better than ever before, through progression and growth, never selling my soul, still I get the bread in the dough, cause I'ma keep the plan in motion.
Woo! I feel like that verse was longer than a 16, maybe even longer than the first verse. I don't think they were both long, but I like that. I thought he was gonna stop at some point, so I'm like, let me let him cook, because I paused a lot, but he said a lot of shit that I liked. Again, like, it's just take away all the layers of fakeness, reshape this, like, just the shit that he says is just crazy. I like how he says that he's going to keep traveling on.
Hatred is so abrasive, so I replace it.
The hatred is so abrasive, so I replace it with positive engagement, which is exactly what he does. His whole brand is not even just about freestyling. It's about positive life, positivity, however you want to look at it. I'm messing up my words because I'm recording this at the time where I've had a long day. And so I feel like I'm having trouble finding the things that I want to say. But that's what Harry's known for just as much as his great freestyle ability, is that he's always positive. He's always smiling, always putting a smile on people's faces. And obviously that doesn't mean that he's innately happy 24/7. Everybody goes through their sad moments, their down periods and stuff like that. But it's dope to see that he continues to push the positive aspect. He's not going to let any of the negativity seep in. He's not going to let anything, it's exactly the reason why he doesn't want to battle rap, because he's like, I don't want to sit there and say bad things about another person, right? Like in general, I'll say I'm better than these rappers and stuff like that. But he doesn't want to have this back and forth where he's trying to put somebody down, even though it's competition and it doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. He's like, it's just not the positive energy that he wants to push out into the world. And I can respect that, because this man would absolutely body some people when it comes to the free, like straight off the top freestyle battle type shit. It'd be absolutely ridiculous. But it's right. It's crazy. The person that became the GOAT at freestyling is like, I don't really want to get in there and say no negative stuff to people. So I think that that's a beautiful, it's a beautiful approach, and it sets a standard, and it lets people know, like, positivity is where it's at. So I like this. This whole song, I didn't expect I was going to like it this much, because I've liked some of the other ones. The flows and the pockets in this are still cool, but it's not this like the iconoclast and the pocket he was rapping in and shit. That flow is ridiculous. But this one, lyrically, I'd say might be my favorite one out of everything he's dropped so far.
Plan in motion. Yeah, keep it going, keep it going. We gon' keep the plan in motion. On goals we gotta close.
Facts.
This world is cold and frozen, but we gon', hey, keep it going, come on.
Yeah, that verse was definitely longer than I anticipated. I don't know if it's as long as the first verse, if they're the same length, or if it was longer for the second verse, because the length of the song is 3:55. So I'm like, oh, we're gonna get 3 verses. I'm cool that we didn't, because we basically did. He just packed it into that second verse, but that was extremely dope. This, again, lyrically might be my favorite thing that he's dropped. The Iconoclast one might be my favorite flow wise, because the pocket that he rapped in that, it was just absolutely ridiculous. I Ain't Gotta Worry was really good. Like everything he's dropped music wise, like I didn't think any of it was going to be bad, but it surpassed my expectations by far. Like by far, this man has went and literally left Earth, in my opinion. So comment down below, let me know what you guys think about it. We do have a Patreon link down below. It's just a way of supporting channels that you guys like, because a lot of videos get copyright claimed. As I always say, Harry, thankfully, is not one of those guys. So shout out to him. Basically, I record a whole bunch of my reactions every Monday. Sometimes I do record like Friday and Saturday and stuff as soon as it drops. That stuff would be a little bit different, but everything I record Monday, which is usually around 15 to 18 songs, will be live on my Patreon immediately. So you guys can watch all the reactions throughout the week right then. And also, there's a membership button right down below on YouTube where you can get them early as well. But the Patreon has a few different tier levels. Some of them are going to include like bonus content, behind the scenes, some extra shit like that I'm going to start uploading there. I also upload all of my live streams that I do on my Friday and Saturday night streams on my main channel. So a lot of people I know can't make it in, or may not even know that my main channel exists. And I tend to do my lives there so I can keep it separate from this channel, because I just want to upload on this channel. I don't want to do like lives really. So I upload all the live streams there, which can be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. People send through all sorts of different music. We listen to a wide range of stuff that never really gets uploaded. So if it's anything you guys are interested in, that's where you can find that. I appreciate you guys. Take it easy, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one, homies.